The South China Sea, a vital region for global trade, is more than just a stretch of water. It's a lifeline for the world economy, with over a third of all global shipping passing through its busy lanes each year. Oil tankers, container ships, and fishing vessels crisscross these waters, carrying goods and resources that fuel industries and homes across continents. The stakes here are enormous, not just for the countries that border the sea, but for the entire planet. Today, this crucial maritime artery has become a chessboard for the world's two most powerful nations, the United States and China. Their warships and patrols maneuver in a high-stakes game of strategy and influence, each side determined to assert its dominance and protect its interests. The recent deployment of American aircraft carriers and naval strike groups near waters claimed by Beijing is a clear signal, a direct response to China's growing military assertiveness in the region. These massive ships, bristling with fighter jets and advanced weaponry, are not just symbols of power. They are a message that the US is willing to defend its vision of a free and open Indo-Pacific. This constant maneuvering has transformed the South China Sea into a potential flashpoint where a single miscalculation could spark a wider conflict. The tension is palpable, with both sides watching each other's every move, ready to respond at a moment's notice. For China, these waters are more than just strategic. They are seen as the nation's backyard, essential for its security, economic growth, and national pride. The Chinese government views control over the South China Sea as non-negotiable, a core interest that must be defended at all costs. To enforce its sweeping claims, China has built artificial islands and fortified them with runways, radar systems, and missile batteries. These military outposts serve as both a warning and a shield, projecting Chinese power deep into the heart of the sea. The United States, however, sees these waters as international commons, open to all, governed by international law. Through regular freedom of navigation patrols, American warships challenge what they see as excessive Chinese claims, insisting that no single nation can control this vital passageway. For the Philippines and other Southeast Asian nations, this superpower rivalry is not an abstract geopolitical contest, it's a daily reality. Filipino fishermen who have relied on these waters for generations now find themselves caught in the crossfire, their livelihoods threatened by the presence of foreign patrols and aggressive Coast Guard tactics. Harassment and intimidation by Chinese vessels have become routine, with small fishing boats often shadowed or driven away by much larger patrol ships. These encounters are tense, sometimes dangerous, and they highlight the human cost of this great power competition. In response, the United States and the Philippines have strengthened their alliance, conducting joint military exercises and deepening security cooperation. For Manila, this partnership is not just about defense, it's a strategic necessity, a way to balance against China's growing might. The cycle of action and reaction continues to escalate, with each side testing the other's resolve. Every new deployment, every military drill, every diplomatic statement adds another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. Every move by China is met with a countermove by the United States, and vice versa. This tit-for-tat dynamic keeps the region on edge, as both sides seek to avoid appearing weak while also trying to prevent open conflict. Around the world, diplomats and leaders watch anxiously as this drama unfolds. The stakes are high, not just for the countries directly involved, but for the entire Indo-Pacific region and beyond. The outcome of this standoff could shape the future of global order, trade, and security. The question now is not if a crisis will occur, but when. As warships patrol under gathering storm clouds and radar screens track every movement, the world holds its breath, hoping that diplomacy can prevail before the next move turns the standoff into a full-blown crisis. Over the past few decades, China's transformation into a formidable maritime force has been nothing short of astonishing. Once considered a regional navy with limited reach, the Chinese Navy, known as the People's Liberation Army Navy, or PLAN, has rapidly modernized and expanded, becoming a central pillar of China's ambitions on the world stage. Today, the plan has evolved into a true blue-water navy, capable of projecting power far beyond its own shores. This means Chinese warships can now operate in distant oceans, participate in international missions, and protect China's interests across the globe. At the heart of this transformation are China's new aircraft carriers, such as the Shandong and the Fujian. These massive ships are now core to China's military strategy, serving as floating air bases that can launch fighter jets, helicopters, and drones, greatly extending the reach of the Chinese military. The rapid expansion of China's navy is not just about power projection, it's also about control. China's leaders are determined to dominate the seas near their homeland, especially the strategically vital South China Sea and the waters surrounding Taiwan, regions that are flashpoints for territorial disputes. The overarching strategy is clear: to deny access to foreign militaries, particularly the United States and its allies, and to alter the military balance in East Asia. By building a powerful navy, China hopes to deter intervention and assert its claims over contested waters. Technologically, China's carriers have made significant leaps forward. The Fujian, for example, is equipped with state-of-the-art electromagnetic catapults, allowing for faster and more efficient aircraft launches, technology that rivals even the most advanced Western navies. Despite these advances, China's primary goal is not to match the United States globally, but to achieve regional superiority. By dominating the waters of East Asia, China seeks to secure its maritime borders and protect its growing economic interests. For China, these new carriers are more than just military assets; they are powerful symbols of national strength and technological progress. Their presence challenges the long-standing naval dominance of the United States in the Pacific. For China's neighbors, however, the sight of these imposing warships is a stark reminder of Beijing's growing military might. Many countries in the region are increasingly concerned about the implications for their own security and sovereignty. As China's fleet continues to grow in size and sophistication, its aim is clear: to reshape the regional order, assert its influence, and ensure that the balance of power in Asia tilts ever more in its favor. The U.S. counters China's naval rise with its aircraft carrier strike groups. These carriers are floating fortresses conducting freedom of navigation operations. They reassure allies like the Philippines and Japan of U.S. security commitments. Carriers deter aggression, showing that any hostile action risks a swift U.S. response. These operations maintain U.S. Navy readiness in contested environments. The presence ensures familiarity with local geography and adversary habits. U.S. deployments uphold a free regional order, challenging excessive claims. The U.S. draws a line, ensuring the balance of power remains stable. The message: the U.S. will not cede vital waterways to any single power. The U.S.-Philippines alliance is experiencing a powerful resurgence, as both nations respond to the growing assertiveness of China in the region. Decades of partnership are being reinvigorated, with a renewed sense of urgency and purpose. The two countries are not just allies on paper; they are demonstrating their commitment through action, standing shoulder to shoulder in the face of mounting challenges. Joint military exercises like Balikatan have expanded dramatically, now involving thousands of troops, advanced weaponry, and complex scenarios that mirror real-world threats. These drills are more than just training; they are a clear signal of unity and readiness, showcasing the ability of U.S. and Filipino forces to operate seamlessly together on land, sea, and air. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA, has opened the door for the U.S. military to access key strategic bases across the Philippines. This agreement allows for the prepositioning of equipment, rapid deployment of forces, and the construction of new facilities, all designed to strengthen the defense posture of both nations. With this expanded access, the U.S. can respond to crises in the region with unprecedented speed, while also deterring potential aggressors. The ability to launch operations from Philippine soil significantly reduces response times and sends a strong message that any threat to the Philippines will be met with a swift and coordinated response. At the heart of this alliance is a shared concern over China's increasingly aggressive tactics in the South China Sea. Both Washington and Manila recognize the risks posed by territorial encroachments, militarization of disputed islands, and the use of coercion to assert control over vital sea lanes. Repeated confrontations with Chinese vessels have only strengthened the Philippines' determination to deepen its partnership with the United States. Each incident at sea underscores the importance of a reliable ally, capable of providing both diplomatic and military support in times of crisis. The alliance is not just about military might; it is about defending the sovereignty and rights of the Filipino people. Together, the U.S. and the Philippines are confronting a clear and present danger to the nation's territorial integrity and national pride. The Mutual Defense Treaty, a cornerstone of the alliance since 1951, has been reaffirmed at the highest levels. This treaty guarantees that an armed attack on either nation will be met with a united response, ensuring that U.S. commitments to Philippine security remain ironclad. The visible presence of U.S. forces, combined with regular joint exercises, forms the backbone of a robust deterrence strategy. These actions reassure allies, deter adversaries, and demonstrate that the region's security is a shared responsibility. Through this revitalized partnership, the Philippines has become a pivotal player in maintaining peace and stability across the Indo-Pacific. The alliance is evolving, adapting to new threats, and ensuring that both nations are prepared for whatever challenges may arise. The message to Beijing and the world is unmistakable. The U.S.-Philippines alliance is strong, enduring, and ready to defend the principles of freedom and sovereignty in the region. The South China Sea is a cauldron of competing claims. China's nine-dash line conflicts with other nations' economic zones. Despite a tribunal ruling against it, China rejects international law. Militarization has created a dangerous maritime environment. The U.S. challenges China's control through freedom of navigation operations. Japan watches China's expansion with growing alarm. Chinese intrusions near the Senkaku Islands pressure Japan. Japan shifts from pacifism, doubling its defense budget. New capabilities include long-range missiles for deterrence. Japan strengthens alliances, especially with the U.S. and regional partners. It supports the Philippines with patrol vessels and radar systems. Japan's strategy aims to balance China's power. The focus is on defense amid a deteriorating security environment. The South China Sea is a tinderbox of rival forces. A simple mistake could ignite a major conflict. The lack of communication channels heightens the risk. Past incidents show the potential for diplomatic crises. U.S. operations are seen as provocative by China. Chinese intercepts lead to close encounters. Each interaction increases the risk of disaster. An accidental clash could escalate quickly. National pride makes backing down difficult. A conflict would be catastrophic for global trade. The risk is a threat to global peace and prosperity. Managing this risk is crucial for stability. A significant technology gap remains between U.S. and Chinese carriers. U.S. carriers are nuclear-powered, with vast range and endurance. They carry a larger air wing, enhancing combat capabilities. China's carriers are conventionally powered, limiting range. The Fujian represents a technological leap with electromagnetic catapults. China's focus is regional dominance, not global parity. Home field advantage offsets U.S. technological superiority. The U.S. holds a decisive edge, but China's fleet is improving. The military equation in Asia is rapidly changing. China's growing force challenges the status quo. Asia's security landscape is on a knife's edge. Military buildup and alliance strengthening suggest rising tensions. The South China Sea will see more military exercises. The Philippines will face increased pressure from China. The U.S.-Philippines alliance will be tested. China's military modernization shifts the regional balance. The U.S. and allies must adapt to maintain deterrence. An arms race could fuel regional anxiety. A direct U.S.-China clash would be devastating. Managing rivalry is key to peace in Asia.